won the toss. They've elected to receive. Jacquez Green is deep. And the Tampa Bay Bucks, the only team in the National Football League, and we're not counting those brand new Cleveland Browns, who have never returned a kickoff for a touchdown. That's 385 returns in all. This is number 386. Green from the 2. And down at the 21-yard line. Darius Johnson with the tackle, and on comes Trent Dilfer in his 6th season out of Fresno State. First-round draft choice of the Bucks back in 1994. I got it. And to say that he's been taking a little heat would be put it mildly.
That is being mild, Greg. Trent Dilfer, just talking about this Buccaneer offense today, I think he needs a big day on first down, throwing the football down the field. I think they'll have some success running against this Bronco defense, but to score points, you need to take advantage of play-action passes down the field.
When Phil says success throwing on first down, the Tampa Bay Bucks are not a throwing football team. Straight ahead, Warwick Dunn now dipped to the outside across the 25 to about the 26, and a pickup of 5 on the play before Eric Brown comes up from his safety position to make the stop. The offensive line for the Tampa Bay Bucks looks like this. The veteran Paul Gruber at left tackle, George Diaz, Tony Mayberry, Frank Middleton, and Jason Odom. In the backfield, Warwick Dunn and Mike Allstott, Riedel Anthony, Bert Emanuel, the wide receivers. Dave Moore is the tight end. Tony Dungy is the head coach here in Tampa. 19 seasons in the National Football League all told. On 2nd and 5, Allstott for about 2 to maybe the 28 to 29-yard line. Eric Brown with his 2nd tackle of the day. Let's take a look at the Denver defense. Up front, Tanavasa, Traylor, Price, Harold, Hasselbeck. Linebackers, Glenn Cadrez moves from the middle to the outside, replacing Mobley. Al Wilson, the rookie, starts in the middle. Romanowski, Crockett, and Carter on the corners. Eric Brown, Tyrone Braxton are the safeties. Defensive coordinator Greg Robinson of the Denver Broncos. 4 wide receivers now for the Bucks on 3rd down. Dilfer from the shotgun, under the gun, gets rid of it, complete over the middle. 40, 43-yard line is Warwick Dunn in the 1st down.
Third down passing, so important for a team that likes to run the ball. The Broncos like to blitz on 3rd down. Here comes the blitz on the outside, and look, Ma'a Tanavasa drops back in coverage. Number 98 against Warwick Dunn. That is a tough matchup, but Trent Dilfer makes the play. The Buccaneers cannot pick up the blitz. He's big and strong, pulls away from the blitzer, gets a completion for the 1st down.
1st down now, Bucks from their own 43-yard line. And Dilfer to throw on 1st down, out to Dunn. Dunn, midfield, and to the Denver 47, maybe the 46-yard line. Cadrez and Eric Brown. And what Tony Dungy told us yesterday or Friday was that we have to get the football to Warwick Dunn.
Well, I like to do that every week, no matter who I'm playing. Warwick Dunn, I'll tell you what it got me when I watched him in practice the other day. He looks quick on TV, but when you see him in person, you go, he is really quick. And Tony Dungy, which they should do every single week, get the ball in open spaces to Warwick Dunn. He can make big plays that way for you.
1st down, and now Patrick Hayden is the running back in front of Mike Allstott. He leads the way. Allstott trying to find running room and doesn't find any. There's no pickup on the play. Let's check in with our lady on the sidelines today, Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie.
Hi there, Greg. Here's some food for thought for you. Not once since the inception of this team in 1976 have the Buccaneers beat a defending Super Bowl champ. Plus, you got to remember, with all the talent on this team, they were expecting to win every single game at home, and they already lost in Week 1 to the Giants. Looking ahead, they have Minnesota and Green Bay on the road, so they want to get that momentum going. Warren Sapp may have said it best when he told us the other day, I'm bringing my lunch pail. Tell everybody to bring their hard hats and their toolboxes. It's going to be one long day in the trenches, Greg.
All right, Bonnie, on 2nd and 10, 5 wide receivers. Quick drop for Dilfer. Hits his man out to the 40-yard line, and that's number 28, Warwick Dunn.
Well, that's a nice change of pace for the offense for the Buccaneers. Spread them out, 2nd and long, pick up a few good yards, because this is the key for this offense. They've got to keep 3rd down situations to 3rd and short.
Well, now they're looking at a 3rd and 4. And Trent Dilfer, who is 3 out of 3 for 32 yards, told us, hey, let's face it, you're not going to be a star throwing the football in Tampa.
No, but you got to be efficient, and you almost always have to get off to a good start, and he's done that today.
All 3 of his completions to Warwick Dunn. Out of the shotgun, throws, has his man, and that's complete for a first down to number 85, Riddell Anthony.
What I've already seen so far today, the Broncos defense, a new look. 3 down linemen, putting some speed on the outside. Bill Romanowski on one side, a linebacker on the other side, trying to get to the quarterback a little faster. That time they do, but Trent Dilfer stands inside. And he told us too Friday, when you cover Riddell Anthony one-on-one when he's the inside receiver, he will always get open for you.
Bucks have moved. Bucks have moved to the 33-yard line of the Broncos. First down, Allstott straight ahead. Across the 30, still on his feet, down to about the 28-yard line. When all is said and done, that's a 5-yard pickup.
Well, the Broncos the first couple weeks, Miami, then Kansas City ran the football on them. And when that happens, you got to know, especially a team like the Buccaneers, when you come in to play them, they're going to line it up and they're going to come straight at you and make you prove to them that you can stop the run.
We have a Buccaneer down on the ground, and the clock 4 for 4, 39 yards. He only completed 7 passes all last week in the victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, and you see his numbers in his career here in Tampa.
Well, that's it. Walk the plank. That's about right. This is a make or break year for Trent Dilfer. This team, it's made and set up to win this year.
On 2nd and 5, Allstott kicks a hole and finds it. 15, 10, touchdown. If the Broncos didn't know it before, they know now that they're up against a very fired-up Tampa Bay Bucks team out to prove something today.
We caught that excitement coming in here Friday, watching practice, talking to the players. They were ready for this game. They're so excited. Forget the Broncos are 0-2. They're excited about playing the defending Super Bowl champions, and we've seen that in the first drive.
Martin Gramatica to add the extra point. The snap goes over the head of Mark Royals, the holder. And Gramatica kicks it out of bounds.
Well, that's a smart move. See, Gramatica wants to play the whole year instead of trying to pick the ball up and throw a touchdown pass or a 2-point conversion pass.
Our referee today is Bill Carollo. Offside against the Broncos. And I guess we're going to redo this one all over again. You know, the Bucks had problems last week.
Nose tackle on the defense. Illegally kicking the ball. Number 7 on the kicking team. The penalty's offset. We'll replay the extra point.
With this, when their guys come out on the field.
Better snap and a better kick by Gramatica. 9:22 to play in the first quarter. Mike Allstott from 28 yards out. Boy, is he a load. Coming right at you for 6 points, and the Bucks grab a 7-0 lead. Bill Sims and Bonnie Bernstein, Greg Gumbel at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The Bucks go 9 plays, 79 yards. Mike Allstott caps it off, and a most impressive opening drive by Tampa Bay. Chris Watson takes the kick at his own 7. 20. Cuts outside, and what a great play by number 25, Brian Kelly, who fought off a blocker and made the tackle. Brian Greasy will come on to direct the Denver offense right after this. First quarter, and Denver gets its first offensive opportunity of the day. Brian Greasy, in his 2nd season out of Michigan, gets his 3rd consecutive start at 6'3", 215 pounds. Has 3 touchdowns this season, 1 interception, completing 62.5% of his passes. Going to throw on first down, and has incomplete, intended for Howard Griffith out of the backfield. Shelton Quarles was in on Greasy. Here's a look at the offensive line for the Broncos. Familiar, Jones, Schlereth, Nalen, Neal, and Matt Lepsis. In the backfield, Terrell Davis and Howard Griffith. Rod Smith back in the lineup today, along with Ed McCaffrey, the wide receivers. Shannon Sharp is the tight end.
The Broncos, of course, they want to run the football, get Terrell Davis going again. But for this offense to really click, just like Tampa Bay's, you got to get the ball down the field to the receiver.
Greasy throws, and it is incomplete. Coming up to make the play, Ed McCaffrey was the intended receiver, and Donnie Abraham was the man right there. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay defense. 11 quarterback sacks along that front line. Ahanatu, Culpepper, Warren Sapp, and Steve White. The linebackers Shelton Quarles, Hardy Nickerson, and Derek Brooks. In the secondary, the corners, Donnie Abraham and Rondé Barber. Damian Robinson and John Lynch are the safeties. 3rd and 10, 4 wide receivers. Straight drop for Greasy. Penalty marker is down. The pass is complete on the far side to Ed McCaffrey. That's a pickup of 2 yards, but now let's check the flag.
Well, this penalty is going to be against the Broncos. Illegal formation. Nobody covering a tackle on the left side. Unless he reported as a tight end, which I doubt he did.
Illegal formation. Number 78 was not covered at the end of the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
You have to cover the tackles down here. You got a guard.
Back to receive. He owns the longest punt return in team history. 95 yards against Green Bay last season, and it was only the 2nd punt he had received in his NFL career. Tom Ruin kicks it away. Green at the 20. 30. Oh, is he quick? Tripped up and down at about the 33-yard line by Chris Watson. 50-yard punt, 15-yard return on a cloudy day, and Trent Dilfer sets up under center, and he starts out with 4 wide receivers and 1 lone back. Straight drop, throwing on 1st down, has his man Warwick Dunn dropped it out of the backfield. It'll be 2nd and 10, and the Bud 1 airship is flying over Tampa today to provide our viewers with some spectacular aerial shots.
I like that.
Spectacular.
I like the way you put them inflections in there. How do you do that? Did you go to school for that?
Yes, Inflection University. Yeah. Inflection State, excuse me.
Okay, we'll just let that die right there. There's another attempt at humor that just
fell right down.
Okay.
And Trent Dilfer's touchdown numbers have improved over his last 34 starts. Mike Allstott straight ahead, across the 35 to about the 37. Rookie Al Wilson makes a tackle, and time for our first NFL Today update. Jim Nance.
Greg, how about this? Seattle has not touched the football in this game, and the Seahawks are up 14-0. Merton Hanks on an interception return. And Charlie Rogers runs back a punt, 94 yards. Seahawks on a pair of returns up 14-0 back to Tampa.
All right, Jim, the Seahawks are beginning to play football the way we thought they might have. Hey, total yards for which Broncos Tony Dungy's playing. 3rd and 6. Dilfer is buried. Number 93, Trevor Price with the sack.
Well, the Broncos came out the first series. They tried a new little form of attack, blitzing the quarterback. So this time they stop. They come back with their 4 defensive linemen. And Trevor Price, number 93, on the out, just overpowers the blocker. Ogden, and just gets in there to make the sack.
So Mark Royals is back to kick it away for Tampa Bay, and Chris Watson, number 21, is deep for the Broncos. High floater by Royals. Watson from his 25. Can't dodge all of them, and he's down at about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Number 58, Don Davis, there to make the special team stop, and that stops the clock with 7:18 to play in the first quarter.
It's a clicker. That's what it's got to be.
1st down. Terrell Davis tries the left side and may get a couple of yards. We said it at the top of the day. The Denver Broncos have to get Terrell Davis going the way he can run. Last week against Kansas City, 79 yards.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why you want to get Terrell Davis running the football. As we've seen the first 2 games and a little bit of this first quarter, you want him to run, to score points, to control your offense, but to keep your defense off the field too.
He picked up 2. It's 2nd and 8. They're going to go right back to him. He goes right back to that left side for a pickup of about 2 more.
But the problem is, Greg, this Tampa Bay defense, it's not like the defense you want to come in and try to get your running game untracked. It's very good up front, very physical. The linebackers, and I know you watch all these teams, and one of your first comments was, wow, these guys are really fast. You hear that every week on NFL telecasts now, but this Tampa Bay defense might be the fastest in the NFL.
Brian Greasy looks at a 3rd and 6. Straight drop over the middle, has his man short of a first down is Howard Griffin. Pick up a 5 out of the backfield.
And the one thing I've noticed that the Broncos offense is doing against Monty Kiffin, he's the defensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. Brian Greasy is getting back there, and he is throwing that football as quick as he can, because the Broncos, they block one-on-one up front. That means Warren Sapp and company all have singles. You better get rid of the football quickly.
Once again, Jacquez Green is deep to receive for Tampa Bay. Tom Ruin gets off a wobble on a bounce at the 25. Green lets it go right through his fingers, and Denver has a recovery deep in Buccaneers territory. Chris Watson.
Special teams, Jacquez Green, he sees the ball is not, never just hops up the correct way or the way you think it's going to.
The problems for Tampa Bay special teams continue. What a break for the Broncos. 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 12. Davis gets maybe a yard.
Now the one thing, if I wanted to try to run the ball against this Tampa Bay defense, and even Hardy Nickerson, I asked him, the Tampa Bay middle linebacker, what is the one weakness? Try to give it to me of the Tampa Bay defense. He goes, well, if you spread us out, that's when you get a chance. Make these players play more in space. When you pack it in there with a tight end and 2 backs, they are too big, too physical, and too fast to run the ball consistently on.
It is possible for the Broncos to get a first down without a touchdown. Greasy for the end zone. Touchdown, Ed McCaffrey.
That was a nice move by Ed McCaffrey on the outside. I couldn't quite tell what he was doing. Looks like he gives Donnie Abraham, number 21, a little out fake. Just that little bit. It looked like it was going to be a quick throw to the outside.
Spike routine. The extra point is good. Ed McCaffrey has 4 touchdown catches this year. Brian Greasy has 4 touchdown passes. We're tied at 7. Quite a story, hasn't he?
But yeah, he has. But look, I just got to say this. Look at him sitting there on the bench. Look at those arms. Now, when I played with Ed McCaffrey, I promise you, his arms weren't as big as my 10-year-old. But over the years, he's just really a great success story, I think, in the NFL. Over the years, he's just kept training hard. He works on his running, and he's become a big, physical, fast wide receiver who's having tremendous success in the NFL. You know, he was pretty good with the Giants when I was there, too. I'm not taking anything away from him. But he has really transformed himself into a special player.
Jason Elam's kick. Jacquez Green trying to make amends from his 3. 15. Hit at the 20. Falls forward to the 22-yard line. Darius Johnson makes the tackle.
Well, Jacquez Green, Greg, we heard him. We talked to him on Friday, and he says, well, look, I know I'm not going to catch a lot of passes. Might not catch any. So I try to make up for that by blocking for the running game, but really taking advantage of the return game. And he is a special returner. You can see that he has that speed and that special quality that can break plays. But after you make that mistake, that last time returning that kickoff, a little slower that time, a little more careful.
He was very blunt and honest. He said it's tough to be a wide receiver here in Tampa because of the nature of the Bucs offense, and especially tough coming from the kind of offense that they ran at the University of Florida. From the 23-yard line. Alstott, big hole up the middle. The 32-yard line looks like about maybe a 9-yard pickup.
Well, I'll tell you, it's something to line up and like to, but when you can do that in this league now, That is special. Running the football is next to impossible in the NFL. And Tampa Bay lines up, they say, here we come, try to stop.
2nd and 1. Allstott, first down. Out to the 39. So the Bucks go right back to Tony Dungy. And, you know, we joked with Tony on Friday. Said, you know, here's a guy who's an ex-quarterback.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just running and running and running the football. That's his personal philosophy of how to win.
This team is right now the vision of what he wanted when he came down and took over the Tampa Bay head coaching job. Tough defense, does a lot of good things, don't give up big plays. And an offense, they can run it and throw the ball when needed to.
First down from the 34. Dilfer to throw on first down. Has time, and now scrambles, flips it out here to Dunn. 40, and out of bounds. Out at the 42-yard line, 7-yard pickup on the play.
Now, when you throw across the middle, in the NFL late with the football, it's trouble. Instead, he finds that outlet receiver, drops it off to him, picks up 8 yards.
On 2nd and 2, Warwick Dunn looking for first down yardage. And it's going to be close. To the CBS first down line. Would you like to illustrate that line, Phil?
Yeah, I would. Here it goes. Boom. Now, see, I can't draw that straight, though, Greg. And that Bronco defense keeps coming up. Then you take that chance, go deep down the field for a score.
Dunn. And Dunn isn't going to get anywhere on this one. Eric Brown, number 26 in his 2nd year out of Mississippi State, came up from his safety position.
And I'll tell you, at home you can't quite see it, but I promise you the Broncos are daring them to throw it down the field. They are getting in there tight. Eric Brown, look, that's a safety. He made the tackle at the line of scrimmage, so that alone tells you they're daring the Bucks to throw it.
Romanowski up tight on the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 10. Doesn't blitz. Dilfer throws, has his man Anthony at about the 45-yard line. And that looks to be enough for the first down.
Well, Greg, another time, 2nd and 10, a passing down, big time.
Dale Carter won that battle. First down at the Denver 45 for the Bucks.
He's on.
Play action. Dilfer with time. Penalty marker is down. He throws it away as he rambles out of bounds. And now let's check the penalty.
Most of the time when you see that flag thrown from the secondary, that's what it's going to be. Holding on a defensive back.
And Dale Carter in heated conversation.
Number 40.
That's who it is.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Tony Dungy has to be very pleased with the ball control his offense has shown so far today.
They've done a good job mixing it up. I think I'm even a little surprised they've come out and had the ability to run straight ahead and pick up good yardage almost every single time.
First down from the 40. Allstott. Big hole, 30. Can't shake one last tackler. He's down to the 25-yard line. Tyrone Braxton made the touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, if you play this Tampa Bay offense, you better be ready for a fight. And you're knowing
this number 40 down. He's only 6'1", 248 in his 4th year out of Purdue. We've played a quarter at Raymond James State. Tampa Bay 7 as we start the 2nd quarter, and Tony Dungy has to like the way things have gone. Look at time of possession.
They have drawn it up perfectly so far, except the special teams turnover. The score is 7-7.
Allstott dives forward and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Let's check in once again with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie.
All right, Greg. Mike Allstott told us on Friday that after Tampa Bay lost to the Giants in Week 1, the offense could not even look the defense in the eye. Since then, Allstott's really tried to make up for that. He had 64 yards rushing and a touchdown pass against the Eagles last week. Obviously, he scored here, and he's making some good gains on the ground. Greg.
All right, Bonnie.
Well, Mike,
6 yards and a touchdown.
I'm sorry, Greg. Well, Mike Allstott said, hey, this is going to be our coming out party today. He thought the offense was really starting to get a hang of things in offense, and they were going to show it today during the game.
Allstott again. Across the line of scrimmage to about the 28. Pick up a 2 on the play. You know, this Tampa Bay team averaged 131 yards a game In the first 2 games of this season, they racked up 121 in the first quarter.
A lot of good stuff. Good mixture so far. I think when you're a running team like they are, when you can sprinkle the passing game in, and then B, hey, the most important thing, I've said this so many times, when you're going to run the football, it really comes down in the passing game. You've got to pick up those third down conversions to keep those drives going so you can run it some more.
4 wide receivers. Bill Romanowski says there's some blitzes put in for him, but he drops back into coverage here on 3rd and now. Out of his backfield, the pass is complete to Warwick Nunn for a pickup of 4, but he is short of the first down, and that'll bring on Martin Gramatica.
See, 3rd and 8, much harder to pick up. The percentages in the National Football League from 3 to 7 are about 50%. When you get over 7+ yards, your chances of picking up a first down are really, really low. Good example there. Complete the pass to a talented guy, you still want to pick up 5 yards.
Gramatica will line this one up from 38 yards out. His long of the season is 51. Oh, he had a lot of foot. That one went 38 yards. It could have gone about 51. Gramatica is perfect from 38 yards out, and the Bucs are back on top. 10-7. We'll be right back. Here in the first half, coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report, Jim Nance, Craig James, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville, with all the scores and the highlights coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report.
See, you did it again. NASDAQ.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
I know you just got that inflection thing going.
Gramatica kicks. Watson from the 4. 20. And brought down at the 25-yard line by Shevin Smith, second-year man out of Florida State.
Greg, you made a comment. The defense, Warren Sapp, just prowling the sidelines, can't sit still. I bet they're a little upset because that pass that Brian Greasy threw to Ed McCaffrey, first touchdown this defense has given up this year. Of course, that's going to make them mad because it was so short after the turnover.
You just don't want to make this guy mad. You know, he's one of the most pleasant guys that you would ever talk to, but
I think I enjoyed coming down and watching practice and talking to these Buck players as much as any team I've visited in the 5 years I've done this job.
Greasy with time, under pressure, throws incomplete.
Got to be a penalty.
It has to be a penalty, and it is.
In the pocket between the tight ends, no receiver in the area except Tony Jones.
77, Tony Jones was the nearest man to the football. And that's intentional grounding.
Grounding, number 14 on the offense. It'll be 2nd down at the spot of the foul.
Cannot hold on to the football. The quarterback against his defense.
Right side, Terrell Davis on a penalty marker is down in the backfield. John Lynch coming up to make the hard hit on Davis. And a holding call against the Broncos is going to bring this back. You know, we were talking with Mike Shanahan yesterday about his team, and he says we're not quite in sync yet. And you know, they've lost some very key members in this team that won Super Bowls the last 2 years.
Holding, 66, offense, half the distance to the goal, 15 seconds out.
That's the center, Tom Nalen, but they lost a very strong presence on offense in John Elway, and they lost a very strong presence in defense in Steve Atwater.
Greg, everybody's looking for the answer when you talk about the Broncos. Why are they 0-2? There's always a lot of reasons. I think the biggest is the competition is really good in the league. It's hard to dominate.
Terrell Davis up the middle to about the 13-yard line.
And the other thing is, too, that I haven't heard mentioned yet, Warren Sapp takes a shot.
And Warren is going to limp to the sideline and be replaced.
Well, it's his left arm, wrist, somewhere there.
On 3rd and 12, Greasy rolls to his right. Has time, over the middle, it is complete. Andre Cooper, number 81, with the reception.
Nice design by the Broncos. 3rd and long, move the quarterback, let your receivers get down the field. they do this. Nice catch by Andre Cooper. And Damian Robinson sees it coming, just can't get over the receiver to make the play.
Warren Sapp still being tended to on the sideline. It is still shy of first down yardage. And Tom Ruin will kick to Jacquez Green. Better kick by Ruin this time. Green from the 17. Too many Broncos there. He comes back this way. He's going to find a lot more here, and he's run out of bounds just across the 20. Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Anthony Lynn there to run him out. 49-yard punt, 4-yard return. Stops the clock with 10:37 to play in the first half. Wants to be out on the field worse than Warren Sapp.
Well, sometimes that's the problem with the Buccaneer defense. You go to make a tackle, you hit the offensive player, and 3 of your defensive players knock you out.
First down from the 21-yard line. Trent Dilfer and company go back to work, and they keep it on the ground. Warren Dunn can't find any running room around or outside. Al Wilson, the rookie, makes the tackle. Speaking of rookies, how's life for Chris Watson?
Watch this, number 2.
Your helmet away from you.
That's not fair. See, they just do that to rookies in this league. They break them in, but when you're outside and you get a reputation as being a good special teams player like he has already, they are going to double team you.
Loss of 2 on the first play. It's 2nd and 12. Dilfer, straight drop. Has time. Now goes to his right. Now comes back to the left. Being chased by Neil Smith and runs out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 on the play. So Trent Dilfer makes a little something out of nothing there.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job. Don't get desperate. Don't.
Now Dilfer looks at a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, over the middle, complete, across the 40-yard line, and a first down. Number 87, Bert Emanuel.
Now that's his Buck offense. This is Trent Dilfer at his best. What?
First down at the 40-yard line now for the Bucks. All stop. For about 4. You know, we're talking about the grief that Trent Dilfer has been catching. You know, the fans have been giving it to him, and he's even heard it from some members of the defense. We asked Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp was very, very supportive, very protective, and in fact, we said, you know, you're really defending him. And what he said was, that's my quarterback. I'll hunt yours all day, but leave mine alone.
Well, yeah, I think it is tremendous. And we just got a chance to talk to Warren Sapp, but I've read his comments in the past year or so. He's been a big supporter of Trent Dilfer's. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if he means it. He says it for the public. He says it for his teammates. And it means a lot because he's a leader on the team.
2nd and 7. All stop straight ahead up to the 48-yard line. That'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down. Another NFL Today report from Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, the Stone Age is underway in Baltimore. The Ravens' new quarterback, Stoney Case. They love him there in Baltimore, especially now. 1-yard keep for the touchdown. Ravens all over the Browns. And let's go back to you, Greg and Phil.
Jim.
Yeah, they love him, Jim, because he hasn't lost yet. Give him a week or 2. Won't take long.
Meanwhile, Mike Allstott.
Look at this. This is really impressive. And I'll tell you, you watch these games on TV, and I think one thing, but watching the Buccaneers so far in person, first time I've had the chance, it's impressive. It's hard to run the ball in this league, but they line up and just dare you to stop them.
Anthony on the end around, looking for first down yardage, and he looks like he's short. He's short by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
What do you do if you're Tony Dungy right here? I like this call, 3rd and short.
Out on the field, but you know, Phil, so far today, you've proven you can run the football. A couple of yards here and there.
Well, look, you build this team this way, you're supposed to punt it right here because you're going to play good defense now and get it back at midfield.
Royal, Chris Watson, fair catch, and now he's going to let it bounce, and the Bucks are going to kill it inside the 5. 46-yard punt. The Broncos will start in a hole when we come back to Tampa right after this.
James Stadium, we just saw Warren Sapp run into the locker room. He hurt his left wrist. They took the tape off, put it back on, and he got down in his 3-point stance to see if he could put any pressure pressure on it. He can't grip his hand. He can't put any pressure when he puts that hand out for the three-point stance. We're not sure if he can come back yet, Greg. We'll keep you updated.
All right, Bonnie, thank you. 6:44. The Bucs start first down from their own, or the Broncos start first down from their own 5-yard line. And penalty markers fly. This play will not count. Shannon Sharp may have moved early.
Now, see, you lose a Warren Sapp on defense.
Prior to the snap, ball starts. Number 84, offense. Half distance to the goal, remains first down.
That is Shannon Sharp. Let's go back down to Bonnie. Bonnie?
All right, Greg, we do have a medical report on Warren Sapp. He has a contusion on his left hand. He went into the locker room because they're going to do x-rays. We'll keep you updated, Greg.
Thanks, Bonnie.
What I was going to say, when you take him out, there's Monty Kiffin, defensive coordinator. Does it affect the defense? Does it affect people around him? Does it affect the way you call defensive strategy?
On 1st and 13, Terrell Davis tackled by the man who replaced Warren Sapp, James Canada. That's a 7-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Meanwhile, Phil, the kind of game that we're seeing now is exactly the kind of game that Tony Dungy wants and the kind that you envision the Tampa Bay Bucks playing.
Except for that one turnover. And Greg, goes back. Why did they punt when they've been running the ball so good, 4th and 1? Because they believe their defense, the way this team is built. Stop them here, get the ball back in midfield, and you don't give the Broncos such good field position.
Greasy to throw over the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Rod Smith. Smith, with a hamstring problem, did not play last week at Kansas City.
Well, so far today, we have seen the corners for the Tampa Bay.
Play by Abraham on that last one. 3rd and 6. Straight drop for Greasy over the middle. It is complete. 20 out to the 25-yard line. First down, Shannon Sharp.
Boy, now I tell you, Brian Greasy, my 2nd week in a row, chance to watch him play, throws the ball on target.
Terrell Davis hit hard on the far side of the field. And number 24 is Damian Robinson, the safety.
Well, you know, you talk about John Lynch. Everybody says number 47, he's the big hitter. But Damian Robinson, look, he gets in there just as much and makes those big hits. And this safety tandem, they're as aggressive of any safety tandem I've watched in the NFL. And they go for the big hits when they get those opportunities.
2nd and 12. Greasy with time has his man close to the 40-yard line, and that's Rod Smith. That's a 16-yard pickup and another Broncos first down.
That's what you do to this Bronco defense ball down the field. But if you want to have success, throwing the ball inside to the receivers is the best place to do it against the Buccaneers defense.
Back to the ground game, Terrell Davis across the 40 out to about the 41, 42-yard line. Incidentally, that last reception by Shannon Sharp allowed him to pass Lionel Taylor for all-time receiving yards by a Bronco. He is now at 6,873 in his fine career.
You know, that's a great testament to him. Longevity, doing something over an extended period of time, so hard to do in the National Football League. But Shannon Sharp, he's kind of redefined the tight end position. Everybody's looking for Shannon Sharp. They just can't find him. There's not enough of them out there.
2nd and 8. Blitz coming. Handoff up the middle. Terrell Davis. Boy, they hitting hard across the 45 to about the 47. 6-yard pickup. And Hardy Nickerson there for the hit.
Well, this Bronco team, this offense, getting in with them with the Buccaneers defense and the offensive line getting untracked. Watch Terrell Davis come across and look at the blocking. Tom Nalen, the center, number 66. Good job, defensive lineman, moving to the right, just pushing way outside, let Terrell Davis cut it back inside.
You see the CBS first down line on 3rd and 2 for Greasy and the Broncos. He's going to roll out, under pressure, throws, and it's intercepted. Brought down inside the 35 is Hardy Nickerson, 13-year veteran out of California.
If you want to play great defense in the National Football League, your players have to be unselfish and do what the defense says to do. That time,
turn it over. The Bucks first down at the Denver 34. Broncos players tell us about Mike Alstott. For a man his size, he has such quick feet.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Bill Romanowski last night, and he just kind of chuckled. He goes, because they never get to see the Broncos. You don't see him a lot on TV. They haven't played him that much, and he goes, he has such good feet, and you just don't expect that from a guy who can run you over. He has, of course, he has good speed, but the ability to maneuver, to go from right to left without really stopping and restarting, it makes you a special player.
Alstott, 75 yards on the ground. Dilfer to throw. And goes under pressure, trying to fight his way out of it, and he can't. Trevor Price, his second sack of the day.
Well, that defensive line for the Broncos, when it's a sure passing situation, they are pushing that pocket back to Trent Dilfer quick. Trevor Price gets the sack up top, just keeps pushing. Oh, that is just a tremendous play. Good technique. It's not easy holding on to that big guy.
We have reached 2 minutes to play here in the first half. The Buccaneers lead the Denver Broncos 10-7. Back to Tampa right after this. Once again, live above Raymond James Stadium today, the Bud 1 airship providing some terrific aerial shots of Tampa and Raymond James Stadium. 3rd and 17. And Trent Dilfer 3 out of 3 on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun. As his man, Carl Williams. And Williams down, and there's a penalty marker. 2 of them.
Well, that was a good play called by Tampa Bay. Good, smart thing. Throw it short, get a few yards, give your field goal kicker a chance to convert.
And the face mask penalty is going to do some harm to the Broncos.
Now is it 5 or 15? That's the question. Up.
Bill Carollo wants to let Trent Dilfer know. Got a feeling if he's talking to Trent that it's a 5 rather than a 15.
Yes, it does.
Number 53 on the defense, 5 yards only. 5 yards from the end of the run. Repeat 3rd down.
That's Bill Romanowski.
Hard to have good form when you tackle. You just got to grab for anything you get, and your hand is going to go across the face mask sometime. And it didn't look like he really grabbed it. Big penalty though for the Bronco defense.
And this is a direct snap to Warwick Dunn. And Dunn fighting for first down yardage. Trent Dilfer was spread to the top of the field as a wide receiver.
I tell you, we saw him work on this in practice, Greg, and what happened, I thought it just took him. Looks like it's going to be a little short. Now, Tony Dungy, this is a pretty tough spot, either to go for it or kick the field goal. All right, I'll be the coach. I'm going to say he goes for it. And I would too.
Just said it. Let's go for it.
Oh, you can lip read now too. Did you learn that at that same school?
Minute 41 to play here in the first half. Bucks with a 3-point lead.
Do you have the courage to call a play action pass in this situation?
Patrick Haight is ahead. Dilfer is going to keep it, and looks like he's got the first down.
Oh, good call. Good play. It happened so quick. The Broncos defense couldn't even dig in there. And there is an art to running the quarterback sneak in this league. You just can't take it and run in there. They'll knock you out.
Tance, Craig James, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville with scores and highlights coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report. Minute 22 to play here in the first half. Eric Brown already with 12 tackles here in the first half.
Wow.
And this is the young man in his second year out of Mississippi State. They felt they could let Steve Atwater get away, but here was the guy who replaced him.
Athletic, runs around well, big hitter. There's good and bad about those 12 tackles. The good is he's probably stopped 2 or 3 touchdowns because he's the last line of defense. The bad thing is they have to sell out. He has to come up the line of scrimmage to help the Broncos defense make tackles in the running game.
First down from the 23-yard line. Dilfer to throw on first down again. All kinds of time out of the backfield is done. 15, 10, inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Eric Brown makes the tackle.
What a well-designed play. I'm looking down the field going, get him in open spaces, and Warren Dunn to get you a first down.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 45 seconds to play in the first half. stops the clock using the Bucs' second timeout. Keith Traylor made the stop. And with the clock stopped, let's check in with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie?
All right, Greg. Warren Sapp got his x-rays, came out on the sideline for a bit, talked to some coaches and trainers. They're all going to look at the x-rays at halftime, but regardless of whether his hand's broken or not, they're going to cast up Warren's left hand.
Motivated, he's hard to stop, so it's going to affect the players around him. We'll see what kind of adjustment they make.
2nd and 8. From the 8. Gilfer has time. Rolling. Dodges the tackler out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Glenn Cadrez ran him out.
Just nothing there. I'm looking down the field, and it's just the Buccaneer receivers are not even getting any separation. They're loaded at the wide receiver position.
They spread them out. 4 wide receivers. 3rd and goal from the 8. Gilfer from the shotgun. Under pressure, and down he goes. Number 90 is Neil Smith. And Neil Smith just unloaded career sack number 100.
Wow, that is what a great milestone for.
Look really clean for a football player.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Neil Smith can dress.
Yeah.
Wear some. Of course, you know, when you make a lot of money, it's easy to dress well. So, but he likes wearing those nice clothes, does it well, and he's just been a solid player and worked all those years in Kansas City. Then he come to the Broncos and win 2 Super Bowls.
Just threw the football to the sideline for his trophy case. Yeah.
But the same thing, a decision, throw the ball.
Martin Gramatica from 35 yards out. He was good from 38 yards away, and now the Broncos call timeout. Gramatica. It's good. 35 yards out. The kick is good. And the Bucs extend their lead to 13-7 at halftime. You know, this is probably about what Tony Dungy would have listed as his ideal first half.
Everything he wanted except the turnover in the special teams. And Mike Shanahan just the opposite. His team got pushed around.
So teams leave the field, and let's check in with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie.
All right, Tony, 13-7 at the half. How happy are you with the way the offensive team's going?
Well, our offense did a good job. We left some points out there on the field, and we made some mistakes to keep it close. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt us in the second half.
The future of Warren Sapp coming back to play in the second half, still up in the air. If he doesn't play, how does that change your defensive scheme?
Well, it really doesn't change us. James Canada's done a good job, and we'll just continue to play the way we have been.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, Tony, you know, there's the look of a happy coach, and you know, Tony doesn't smile all that much, but things have gone exactly the way he wants.
No, Greg, see, he is not happy because he wanted this game to be like 17-0. No, 17-0 would have been perfect, but you're still leading.
13-7, halftime coming up after these messages and a word from your local station. Gumble along with Phil Simms, 13-7, Tampa Bay in the lead over the Broncos. Number 1, are you surprised? Number 2, are the Broncos still struggling as defending champions?
Well, yeah, they're struggling because this is a really good team they're playing. No, I'm not surprised. I expected the game to go about the way it is. I thought Tampa Bay, with their talent and how emotional they were getting ready for this game, that it was going to be a really, really hard time for Denver to win.
I would be surprised if we saw anything but what the Broncos' intent was coming in here, and that's to try to get Terrell Davis on more of a steady course in the second half.
Well, they just got to find a way to score some points, and they really got fortunate in the first half. The fumble on the punt return, I'm sure their defense is saying we need some turnovers from their defense to give themselves a chance to score, because I think it's going to be awfully hard to take the ball and go 80 yards against Tampa Bay's defense.
I'll tell you what the Broncos need is you take a look at the halftime stats. They need the football. Look at the time of possession.
Well, when you play Tampa Bay and you have success running the football, the way they run their offense, they're going to win a lot of time of possessions. But the big thing is the way Tampa Bay plays, it keeps the score tight. As much as they dominated, look at the score, 13-7. So they're not even one score up on the Broncos.
And the Tampa Bay Bucks have yet to commit a penalty. 5 of them called against the Broncos for 32 yards. Let's check in with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie? Yeah, Phil, as we talked about that broken wrist during a timeout, we said, yeah, we wouldn't be surprised to see Warren Sapp play next week. Well, how about in the second half?
Well, so common in the National Football League. Players get hurt like that. They just put a cast on it, and you got to go out there and play one-handed. And Warren Sapp, even though he has that one hand, can still be very productive by pushing tackles and creating plays for the people around him.
I believe I've told you that a paper cut under the nail just ruins my week.
And you know what? I've experienced it. You know, you don't take pain very well, Greg.
I know.
But you know what? You're not supposed to.
That's right.
You're normal. You're not down there on that field playing with these guys.
Yeah, Warren Sapp is yet to register a tackle today.
But the thing that Bonnie said, I know Mike Shanahan, he walked up the field, he's happy about nothing.
Dramatica with the kick. Watson from the 4. 20. Oh, what a hit at the 20-yard line. Number 95, John McLaughlin, the rookie out of California.
Well, that is twice this game so far, and staying with it once you go down.
You know, we were just talking about pain.
Oh.
That one hurt up here. 13-7, Broncos trail. Greasy lost the football and fell on it.
Covered by Greasy.
And Warren Sapp
He's back
on the field.
You know, Greg, you look at this Broncos offense, there's so many things. Everybody wants to know what's wrong. How come they haven't had certain plays that they had last year? And I was trying to say it in the first half. There's a lot of reasons, I think, why this team is struggling. I think one of them is they've had 3 long straight years. They've had good, productive seasons. They're in the playoffs. The off seasons are short. You know, sometimes you do get tired.
Terrell Davis, right side, and not much there for him. Donnie Abraham coming up from the cornerback position to make the stop.
And Terrell Davis, we said it in the opening of the game. He came in to talk to us last night. Folks, this is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life anywhere. And he came in last night, and tense is not a good word, is it, Greg?
You know, a little bit on edge.
Just on edge. And as soon as I said something, well, how you feeling, Terrell? Just kind of like to open the conversation. I feel great.
Wrist
Nothing's wrong with me.
Shoulders
fine. I feel great. No. I go, okay.
3rd and 8. Greasy over the middle as his man in and out of the hands of Rod Smith. That would have been enough for the first down. Falls incomplete, and Denver will kick it away.
Well, good throw by Greasy. The ball should have been caught. But if you have an offensive lineman that's free, look for 99.
So Sapp takes a break. Tom Ruin will get this kick away from his 13-yard line, and a good one. This one drives Jack Webb Green back to his own 17. Nowhere to go this way. He goes the other way. 30, 35, and out to about the 36 or 37-yard line. Detron Smith was there to make the tackle for the Denver Broncos. Jack Webb Green gives Trent Dilfer and the Bucs offense room to maneuver when we come back. Yard line for Dilfer and the Bucs. The pitch to Warren. Done. Maybe got a yard on the play.
You know, Greg, you read those promos. I got to tell you, it looks like, though, CBS is going to win the Premier Week, which is big stuff. It's still going to be the most watched network. See, I always want to do that. I'm jealous. I want to read some promos and do that.
You got it.
Oh, okay. It's not that much fun, huh? It's not as good as it looks.
I'd actually like to see you do the ladies' man. Dilfer looks at 2nd and long now from the 39. Play action, throws this side. Alstott out of the backfield. Brought down and lost the football. No, the ball is whistled down.
He was down before he fumbled. That's what the official says. And once they point that finger, the play is over. But you know, Greg, in this league, everybody's a genius. Everybody's spreading it out. Let's throw it. We got the short pass. I think it's kind of refreshing to see a team like Tampa Bay. You didn't expect me to say that. Look at Trent Dilfer, 11 of 12 for 105. This is what they envisioned for this offense from their quarterback. It's not always going to be that good, but to be smart. And the number one thing when you run an offense like this as a quarterback, manage the game. Manage it. Don't take chances until it's necessary.
4 wide receivers on 3rd and 5. Dilfer with time over the middle, has his man first down to midfield. Warwick done.
I tell you, that is just giving up. If you're going to play the Tampa Bay offense like this, when you have Warwick Dunn coming out of the backfield, you got to account for him all.
Field for Tampa Bay. Dilfer play action. All kinds of time, and now he's going to the sprint. Left side and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Run out by Eric Brown, who has been all over the field this afternoon for the Denver Broncos.
Well, that time the Broncos, I've been waiting for this about all day long for this Tampa Bay offense. The Denver defense, they're about 1 yard off the line of scrimmage. They're daring you to go deep. That time they try to go deep with a play action pass, but the Bronco corners did a good job of covering receivers down the field.
They picked up a 1 yard on the play by Dilfer. It's 2nd and 9. All stop. Nothing there.
You know, Greg, we were just talking about it earlier, though. When you watch this offense, I mean, you got to admit it's kind of fun and different, and it's not the same thing that you see so much in the National Football League. There's Mike Shula, the offensive coordinator. Now, I'll tell you what, two people, the offensive coordinator, quarterback, you better just take your ego and stick it in your pocket, man, because that's where it's going to have to stay if you're coaching for Tony Dungy. And it takes patience. It takes a lot of hard work. We've said so many times how hard it is to run the football in the National Football League, and Tampa lines up and does it. Looks like a wishbone backfield when they come up there sometimes.
Romanowski back on the field for Denver. Dilfer out of the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Quick pass, complete. 40, inside the 40 for a first down. Warwick done.
That is just good play calling. Mike Shula, you guessed right. It's a blitz. They got blitzing coming by the linebackers. Romanowski coming from the outside. Picked up. Warwick Dunn lets him go. Throw the screen to him. And I'll tell you what, that is leading with the head, Bill Romanowski. That is illegal. And the National Football League office will be talking to you this week.
Bill said he did want to get to say hello to Trent Dilfer sometime today.
Yes, but you cannot lead with your head as a tackler on the quarterback in this league, which is a good rule, because you got to protect players no matter what position they play, but a quarterback cannot protect himself. Let's watch Romanowski from the outside. Here he comes. He's set up. Now he launches himself, leads with his head. That is a penalty. I'm surprised that Bill Carollo, the referee, did not see that.
Meanwhile, Dilfer and the Bucs look at 2nd and 8. They have moved now to the Denver 36 with 5 wide receivers and Dilfer under center. Quick drop, good protection, gonna run and dive to about the 32. Maybe pick up about 4 on the play.
Boy, another good job. I think that's the thing that's, when I really started studying the Tampa Bay team as I was going to do this game, again, just getting the chance to watch him on TV, Trent Dilfer, you know, we met him. He is a big boy,
yeah,
but he really has outstanding feet for playing the quarterback position. Can maneuver in tight spots, and when he has to run, I'm not saying he's fast, but he can go down there and get you some positive yards. 3rd down passing. What did he say to us? He goes, that's my thing. I'm going to be the best in the National Football League at it. Today he's done a good job so far.
3rd and 3. Snap almost got away from him, and he couldn't get away from Tyrone Braxton.
Now you got to know right away, Tampa Bay, you're up there. Trent Dilfer, look at all those people up there. You know you only got 5 protectors. There's not enough of them in the snap. A little quick, too hard. Trent Dilfer, I don't even know if the snap was good, if he still could have got that pass off.
That's the 4th quarterback sack registered by the Broncos today. Royals boots it. Watson from the 5. And is brought down at the 7. Shevin Smith, number 30, in there for the tackle once again. The Broncos will start deep in their own territory when we come back. And you log on to the NFL and vote in the continuing series of the best NFL photos of the century, only at www.nfl.com.
Hey, Greg, it's a photo of me. What do you think?
In profile?
Yeah. And my big head on fire.
First down from their own 7, and they give to Terrell Davis, looking for running room, gets out to about the 9. And Warren Sapp with the tackle.
Well, he's such a good athlete, number 99, Warren Sapp. Look at that. The cut block by Matt Lepsis. able to spin off of that cut block, not go down, and still make the tackle. He is such a good athlete, so nimble to be playing a defensive interior lineman. That's what makes him so special.
He said flat out, today's game would be won in the trenches.
So far, he's right.
2nd and 8. Terrell Davis lost yardage on the play. That time, Chidi Ahanatu, first man to hit him.
How many games did we do with the Broncos last year? I remember opposing coaches saying to us, and Tom Coughlin for one, the Jacksonville Jaguars, pretty good team. He was hoping that they could hold Terrell Davis to like 130 yards. As long as he didn't get one of those 180-yard games, we'd have a chance. And now, as you've watched the Broncos for over 2.5 games, it is tough for them to give Terrell Davis even a chance for that big running play.
Broncos 1 out of 6 on 3rd down, and they're looking at 3rd and 8.
There he comes.
And the pass over the middle is incomplete. Damian Robinson was the man who forced Greasy to release early.
Wow. This Buccaneer defense, they can just line up and make the quarterback make a quick decision. He can make a mistake.
We were just talking about how they don't really have a need to blitz much. Bruins kick to Green. Bounces out of bounds. Inside the 45-yard line. 47-yard punt, no return, 6:15 to play. 3rd quarter, the Bucs with the ball and a 6-point lead.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, so what's the point?
I have no point. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Dilfer and the Bucs go back to work, and Dilfer to throw on 1st down. Out of the backfield, Warwick Dunn dodges one tackler, 45 out to about the 49-yard line before Glenn Cadrez makes the stop.
Now, you're sitting here, you're a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, you're used to seeing some close games. Tampa Bay, this offense, now they've had about 4 or 5 chances to really put the Broncos in a tough situation. So you come out throwing, get it to the guys who can make some plays, and try to put the Broncos into a desperate hurry-up situation where they can make a mistake and end the game.
2nd and 3. The fake to Allstott. Dilfer over the middle. Incomplete. Deflected by Romanowski. He had his man wide open, too.
Oh, I don't know. I think if Trent Dilfer, if that ball's knocked down, it's in trouble. Tyrone Braxton, so much now in the National Football League, fake one-way quarterback roll out, the defenses, even if you fool them, they recover and still make the play.
That broke a 10-straight completion streak for Dilfer. Now 3rd and 3. Allstott doesn't move the pile enough for a 1st down.
It's close,
trailer Tyrone Braxton with the tackle.
Greg, you could count on your hand. No, you could do better than that. You can count like 1, 2 of the teams that could line up in 3rd and 3 and not block it very well and still get a chance for a 1st down. And you can do that when you have Mike Allstott at halfback for you. Now this will test your patience if you're Tony Dungy. You get in this situation, look, he knows, man, they're dominating the game. They got all the situations on their side, but they can't put the Broncos away.
And they are just short of the 1st down.
So what do? Well, I'm watching him. He's saying, okay, go for it. He acts like he doesn't want to watch, though.
Greg Robinson, defensive coordinator for the Broncos.
Arrow. I see him saying it. Whatever that means, I don't know.
Pretty interesting point in the old football game right here.
Yes, it is. And you do not get this 1st down. Now the Broncos can make one play, and they'll be leading, and they'll be on the sideline going, what an emotional change it would be for this football game.
And they take over with great field position. Clock is now under 5 minutes, 10 seconds to play.
Quarterback sneak last time. Let's see if he does a quick snap. Nope.
But he does keep it, and he appears to have the 1st down.
He got it. That time he went off the right guard, or you know, when you get in these situations, you need to make it decisively. Well, give it to him.
15 1st downs to 4.
I know this Bronco defense has struggled a little so far this season, but it's still pretty good. They got a lot of good players over there. But the difference is they are playing in circumstances they did not see last year. The game is tight, or they're behind, and teams can be patient and keep running the football at them.
First down, Dilfer to throw. Throws incomplete. Intended on the far side, and a penalty marker is down, intended for Bertie Manuel. Ray Crockett was the man on the scene, and Ray Crockett appears to be the guilty party.
Pass interference, 39, defense, automatic first down.
Well, what happens to the Broncos defense when you can't stop?
So now the Bucs with a first down at the Denver 38. Dilfer to throw again. Pulled it down, scrambles to the left, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Glenn Cadrez ran him out.
What's kind of happening, Greg? See, the Buccaneers getting a little impatient. They want to get this ball down the field, and these, you know, you got to throw some short balls in front of them before they're going to react and come up trying to make that play.
Buccaneers dominant time of possession, and the amount of time the offense has been on the field. Allstott can't get anywhere on 2nd and 8. Eric Brown again with another tackle.
Oh, what a day for Eric Brown. Watch Eric Brown. He'll be to the left over here. Nobody blocks him. But again, though, look at that discipline. Don't chase the runner. Keep your ground. Wait for him to come back. If he does, make the tackle.
Clock continues to move. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. What a job Eric Brown has done today.
They need about 5 yards at least, so they'll be in field goal range.
And Dilfer wants a timeout.
Timeout.
Good timeout. They were coming with the blitz.
He'll stop the clock with 3:16 to play here in the first half. We're back right after this. More in terms of minutes this season than they did all of last year.
Quick starting offense last year. That was the reason for that.
This side, pass complete. Jacquez Grease.
Short. This time there won't be any decision. He'll kick the field goal here because that will put you 9 points up. Eric Zier, we noticed, really got up and started warming up in a hurry after this when the timeout was called. And Trent Dilfer came into the game. Right shoulder was hurting. And maybe when he scrambled that last time, he fell on it when he went out of bounds.
The fake and the pass out here is incomplete. Intended for number 83, Dave Moore.
Wow, he's wide open, and Tony Dungy took the gamble, tried to end this game, score a touchdown. It could be over. But when you put players in unfamiliar situations, they get excited. This ball gets away from Mark Broyles. Throws a little behind him. Tough to make the catch. Wow.
So Brian Greasy back in at quarterback. You know, we talked with Mike Shanahan yesterday, and we saw him substitute Bubby Brister last week at Kansas City. We asked him if would he hesitate to do the same thing today if he needed a spark, and he said not at all.
Not at all. I think he's got a good situation to do that. Bubby Brister, the one thing Bubby Brister brings to the game, he is a little more mobile, and he can move around and make that big play. And a lot of times, it's not X's and O's. Somebody just got to stand in there and make a play.
On first down, Greasy to throw. Far side, McCaffrey. Nice catch across the 40 for a first down. 12-yard pickup.
Wow, that is a great catch. Ed McCaffrey getting the cushion this time, but Donnie Abraham comes out of it. Look at the throw. It's perfect, and what a catch. Both hands, gets him out in front, gets him behind the football to make the catch.
So now the Broncos jump out to the 43-yard line. Terrell Davis looks for running room, and there's none there. Pick up about 2 on the play. Hardy Nickerson with the tackle. Let's check in with Jim Nantz once again in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, we showed you earlier in the first half Tim Biakapatuka breaking the Carolina record for the longest touchdown run, 62 yards. It lasted about a quarter. He broke his own mark just moments ago, racing 67 yards for another score, and George Seifert could be on his way to his first win at Carolina. Back to Tampa.
Our friend George Seifert. Terrell Davis, 12 carries, 31 yards. On second down, Greasy rolls, throws, complete. Inside the 40 is Dwayne Carswell, and that's another Denver first down.
You know, I never had a chance to say it earlier. Maybe it's a good thing, but I said the one thing that's...
Well, the question is, will Tony Dungy end up regretting that decision to go for the fake field goal? Greasy, straight drop, throws, out here, complete, Shannon Sharp, out of bounds at the 30.
Well, I'll just say this. Didn't get a chance to, but 13-7, a field goal makes it 2 scores. And what I've seen so far today, 2 scores is awfully hard to come by. Now, there is a little breeze on the field, and it was into the face of the field goal kicker, but we've seen Gramatica has an exceptionally strong leg.
Shannon Sharp, another record, new Bronco record for reception. Terrell Davis to the 30. And falls forward, appears to be enough for the first down after pickup of 4. John Lynch up to make the tackle. And a Bronco, or rather a Tampa Bay Buck on the ground. That's Damian Robinson. Robinson, who missed 9 games last season with a broken arm, limps off the field as time winds down here in the third quarter. And that is the end of the third with the score. Tampa Bay 13 and Denver 7 will come in on CBS. Above Raymond James Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein, and our ace CBS Sports crew. Damian Robinson back on the field. First down, Denver. Greasy, play action, throws to the far sideline, and Howard Griffin couldn't handle it.
Well, the thing I've noticed so far, I look at this Bronco offense, when it's had success, it's been quick rhythm. In other words, get up the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, get the quarterback back there and throw the football before the defense has a chance to really make that play. Running the football, it's just, Terrell, if you can break a couple tackles, go ahead and get us 5. Otherwise, it's almost useless. So I look for him just to throw the football to try to score.
Terrell Davis, nowhere. Could be a yard on the play, and that man, Warren Sapp, was there.
Well, that was a good example. Terrell makes a guy miss, makes a good move, tries to jump over the tackler, and maybe he gained a half a yard. Let's watch it. Warren Sapp was in the backfield. Oh, gets good job. He tripped him. That's why he jumped. Just rolled right into him to make the tackle.
3rd and 11. 4 wide receivers for the Broncos. And they show blitz. Quick release, incomplete far side. As the Bucs were coming after Brian Greasy.
They have such an uncanny feel of when to blitz. Greg, you've said it. They don't need to do it because they have good people up front. Defense off guard again that time.
This will be a 44-yard field goal attempt by Jason Elam. Elam with along the 50 this season. The kick is up, it's straight enough, and it's long enough. So the Broncos, with their first 3 points on the board here in the second half, have cut the Tampa Bay lead to 3. General postgame show. Jim, Craig, Randy, Jerry getting you caught up on scores and highlights and recap of all of today's action in the NFL. That's all coming up on the American General postgame show. The kickoff, Jacquez Green from just shy of the 15-yard line. Outside, 30, 35, penalty marker behind him as he goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Big, big, big penalty again.
It's going to go against Tampa Bay.
That is the worst.
53 on the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Shelton Quarles.
You stand on the sideline, the offense is going, oh, yeah, Good field position. We can call anything. We can. Oh,
No.
okay.
No,
Back it
no.
up. I think right now, little momentum switch. Denver's defense, they're fired up. Tampa Bay's offense, coaches, you got to show patience. Don't try to win the game now. Do what you do best, and that's keep it in there, try to run this football and get a first down, and then take your chances.
Dilfer with a fine day throwing the football so far. On the ground, Allstott bounces off a tackler, breaks free, 30, out to the 33-yard line and a first down. Those safeties coming up for Denver. This time they couldn't stop him.
Well, you've been to run it probably to the right, and it still gets big yardage.
First down Bucks. Give it to Allstott again. And Allstott for about a yard. You know, we're talking with Mike Allstott. He says, you know, the nice thing about this situation for him here in Tampa, he's used exactly the same way he was used in college at Purdue.
Well, that's how you listen. If you're good enough of a player in this league, they will play to your strength if you can make a difference, and that's why the Buccaneers are doing it.
And Patrick Hape down on his knees, number 82, the third-year tight end out of Alabama.
A lot of times he's the lead blocker for Mike Allstott. So when you're the lead blocker, that means you got to lower that head and shoulders and run into some people.
No timeout on the field, stops the clock. 12:46 to play in a game that is still very much in doubt. It's the Bucks by 3. Back in Tampa, Patrick Hape walked off the field, appears to be okay. Boy, he's been doing a terrific job blocking ahead of Allstott and Warren Dunn. 2nd and 8. And they're going to keep it on the ground. This time it's Warren Dunn. Doran bounces off the tackle and out to about the 39-yard line for a 6-yard pickup. Tanavasa and Traylor on the tackle. Let's go back and take a look at what Mike Allstott's been doing today.
Well, we've said many times, no secret, when you play the Bucks, the big guy is going to come up the middle. And they have seen a lot of the big guy up the middle. And Patrick Hape, number 82. I don't know what's more impressive, Allstott's running or his blocking, which has been tremendous. Another good block. Oh.
Bounces off of Eric Brown there. And one of the things he told us a couple of days ago is that they're going to have to break tackles against the safeties.
I'd say he's done that.
4 wide receivers on 3rd and 3. Dilfer from the shotgun has time. Now runs out of time. Down he goes. Trevor Price. 3rd sack for Price today, and he is still down.
Trevor Price, number 93, working against Paul Gruber. Here he comes. No, it's 98. Circled the wrong guy. Here he comes around. Looks like he lands. Hard to watch what happens.
Hold up.
You know, you mentioned before, when Trent Dilfer falls on you, that's no little guy. Royals. Nice kick. Chris Watson at the 22. Penalty marker, which means that he went out of bounds and came back in. I didn't see him signal for a fair catch. Well, the officials are talking about it, and Brian Kelly is clapping his hands.
Yes, unsportsmanlike against Tampa Bay. The gunner on the outside, whoever it was, got pushed out of bounds, stayed out of bounds way too long as he ran down the field. You must, as a person on the outside on punts, when you get pushed out of bounds, you got to make an effort to get right back in immediately, and you're allowed to go down the field to make the tackle.
Meanwhile, number 40, Dale Carter, just gets up off the turf. This has been a physical
There are 2
game.
fouls on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. On the kicking team, the wide receiver went out of bounds and did not come back into bounds. That penalty by rule is declined. Holding on the return team, number 39, that penalty will be accepted. Receivers will keep the ball. First down, Timeout.
Ray Crockett is number 39, and that's the penalty that'll back the Broncos up, but they'll have the ball when we come back to Tampa right after this.
You're so spread out, it's really, really easy to be seen making an infraction against the rules.
Brian Greasy still the quarterback. Straight drop on first down. Over the middle pass is complete. Rod Smith out of bounds, a couple of yards shy of first down yardage.
Greasy's pass complete to Smith. Run out of bounds by Nicholson.
Good job.
Second and a couple. And a couple is about what Terrell Davis picked up before Damian Robinson made the stop.
Stopped by Damian Robinson.
It is really amazing, Greg. We did so many Bronco games last year. It's hard to believe when you watch them run the football that this is the same team, basically, that it was last year. And Terrell Davis just cannot even, he can't even find a space to get going. And what it does, it compounds itself. Look at those stats. Because now you start second guessing yourself as a runner. Well, did I pick the wrong hole? Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should do this. Instead of just being instinctive, which he was last year. I saw in the papers that I know he's just being a good soldier, but he says, I made 6 bad reads last week, and I can't do that. And I don't know if that's true or not. I know he's being, you got to take your share of the blame, but even a player that has his success, you start to second guess what you're doing on the field.
Greasy, Gibb, and Davis tripped up by number 20, Rondé Barber. Boy, you said we saw a lot of these Broncos. We saw them 8 times last year, including the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, they were basically starting to hate us. They were tired of us hanging around.
We saw them so much I did my living room in orange and blue.
Now, they got mad at you because you was always eating all that free food.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
Second and 9. And the Tampa crowd starts to get into it. Greasy, quick drop under the pressure and throws, and that lets us out here, and that'll be another intentional grounding. That's the second time today Greasy has done that. Now Greasy looks at 3rd and long. Throws it back across the field. Rod Smith overthrown.
That is the John Elway play.
It'll be 4th down. First of all, let's check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, the Cleveland Couch to Kevin Johnson combo. Browns down 7 at Baltimore with 10.5 remaining. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, thanks. Tom Rowan to kick from about his own 5-yard line to Jacquez Green. End over end, bounces at midfield. Green gonna let it roll and gets a Bronco bounce, and it goes to about the 41-yard line. 38-yard punt. The Bucks looking to put things away when we come back to Tampa. Now pulls it down, scrambles again, finally hits Dunn, who drops it.
Trent Dilfer, well, look, he could be cramping a lot. Watching the last couple series, he is really making a lot of facial expressions. Walking around, he's moved around a lot today, taking a lot of hits. Came into the game, his right shoulder was a little sore. See if we see anything happen. Really, this is managing the game. Didn't take a chance, did the smart thing, get rid of the football short. Don't take a chance throwing into coverage when you're leading with this defense.
2nd and 10. Anybody want to guess Mike Allstott? Allstott. It's about the 44-yard line.
Now, I want to say this, though. They're 10-2 when Trent Dilfer's thrown less than 20 times. That says a lot of things, of course. He's been efficient when they're throwing a few times like that. The defense is playing really well, and, of course, they're ahead. And all those things have kind of come in play today for this Tampa Bay team. Probably the biggest surprise is to me that they haven't been a little more successful throwing the ball with their play-action passes down the field.
Mike Allstott has chalked up his 3rd career 100-yard game. Clock continues to move. 8:40 to play in regulation. Dilfer pulls it down again, and he goes down. And Neil Smith with number 101 of his career.
Hey, the crowd's booing. Neil Smith, you kept working. Really good coverage down the field. Again, a good play by the quarterback. The field position doesn't hurt. Look at the rush up front. Neil Smith just keeps working, raises his hand. Nowhere to go. Trent Dilfer trying to make the play. Sack doesn't hurt him.
Royals kicks to Watson. Watson from the 19.
Oh.
Up the sideline. Running room. And the punter, Royals, knocks him out of bounds at midfield. 45-yard kick, 31-yard return. This gives us a moment to tell you next Saturday on the Home Depot College Football, you'll see Sean Alexander and Alabama match up against Steve Spurrier's Florida Gators. It all begins with Volkswagen College Football today, next Saturday on CBS Sports. You know, before the Kansas City game last week, Bill Romanowski said, our defense has to start making some big plays. They have sacked Tampa Bay quarterback Trent Dilfer 7 times today.
They're covering Tampa Bay wide receivers down the field that just cannot shake loose away from the secondary.
Davis. Little bit of running room. Across midfield to about the 47-yard line. Let's check in with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie?
All right, Greg, Trent Dilfer came to the sideline very fired up, yelling at everybody on the sideline. And Tony Mayberry, their center, said, you know what, calm down, calm down. Everything's going to be all right. Mayberry's one of the calming effects down here on the sideline, Greg.
Well, you know, that's good, because I tell you what, I know he's frustrated because he's played well, and there are, believe me, when I can see all the receivers from this vantage point, they are not even close to being open.
Greasy gives it to Davis. Davis with a first down across the 40 to about the 38-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Well, we've seen 2 successful runs by Denver's offense. That first time we saw the pitch of Terrell Davis, haven't seen that play all year. It's been a while. Terrell Davis catching, look for the open hole, cut it back, get some positive yards.
Blitz. Greasy throws outside, incomplete, intended for Shannon Sharp.
Greasy's pass intended for Shannon Sharp.
Well, I tell you, there's so many good players on the field, but John Lynch, that time, timed the blitz real well. And what I like about Tampa Bay's secondary, when they blitz, if somebody comes up to block them, they don't care. They just keep coming. And what they do, they try to run you over and get in the face of the quarterback, and it works. That time, Brian Greasy threw an incompletion just because John Lynch ran through Terrell Davis to make the quarterback get rid of it.
Greasy has completed just one of his last 6 pass attempts. This is Terrell Davis. Can't break away on the outside. Ahanatu for the tackle.
Chidi Ahanatu, number 72. You talk about what makes defenses special, and well, I guess you can tell.
Down conversions today. Greasy waits, over the middle, incomplete. Pass appeared to be deflected at the offensive line. And it's 4th down.
This might be a spot where I don't know if you go for it or you try to kick a really long field goal. Derek Brooks, number 55, stops the completion because there was a receiver open down the field.
On 4th down, Tom Ruin comes in.
Mike Shanahan says no to a 52 to 53-yard field goal. He's going to play that his defense can stop him. Fooled the Buccaneers. You can't do that. So they gave them time to adjust and bring their punt return team on.
Ruin puts it up high.
Good punt.
They'll let it bounce at the 10. And it'll be down at about the 8 or 9 yard line. So the Bucs will start deep, 26 yards. You know, there's another thing that's Nate Wayne, who is down at about the 10-yard line. Said it before, say it again. This has been a physical ball game.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's Greg. I look forward to this game for quite a while, and I know you've heard me say it a few times. I wanted to check them.
30 years of the Broncos have been 0-2. From deep in his own territory, the handoff done outside. 15, penalty marker flies across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Bert Emanuel threw a block out there that sprang Warwick Dunn. Let's see if it was an illegal block. It was.
Now, if he was an offensive lineman, he'd be allowed to do that. But when you're outside, you cannot.
Illegal block in the back. Number 87, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repaid first down.
Watch Ray Crockett diagnoses the run and flies in there. What's that?
Sink.
Oh, okay.
Coming up on 5.5 minutes to play. 1st and 14. Allstott dips outside. Can't shake a tackler. Dale Carter in for the stop.
Now, how big of a penalty was that? The Buccaneers had a big first down out in the middle of the field. Now they're...
Nate Wayne goes in to replace Glenn Cadrez. 2nd and 15. Allstott across the 5 to about the 6-yard line. A pickup of just 2. Clock continues to move. 4:45 to play. Glenn Cadrez on the sideline. And Denver calls timeout to stop the clock with 4:45 to play. That's how far Tony Dungy and the Bucs are away from a 3-point win. That's a lot of time on the clock. 3rd and long for the Bucs. Does Tony Dungy and Trent Dilfer throw it out of the end zone?
Oh, I think they have to. If you punt the ball, look at 3rd downs, but if you punt it from here, the Broncos are almost going to be in field position immediately.
Gonna run it. Allstott out to the 9, came close to breaking that for first down yardage. Pick up a 4 on the play. The fans don't like it.
Well, that was, even for the Buccaneers, I think that was a pretty conservative offensive series.
Keith Traylor and Eric Brown in on the tackle.
Sorry, Greg, but I mean, that is really putting the pressure on your defense.
A little pressure on Mark Royals here. Eric Brown, 18 tackles today.
Oh, my gosh.
Good kick. Chris Watson. Low on the 43. Oh, what a great special teams play by John McLaughlin again. A one-man gang prevents that good field position we talked about the Broncos gaining.
That was huge.
John McLaughlin, 6'4", 247-pound rookie out of California. Tampa Bay's 5th-round draft choice. Rod Smith, Chris Doring, the wide receivers. First down, Broncos from their own 42, Greasy to throw. Time, throws it this side, complete, across the 40 to about the 41 is Howard Griffith.
Well, Greg, I know we said it a few times today. Tampa Bay, I mean, still, they've dominated so much of the game, but look at the score. And again, that's what's going to happen a lot to you.
Jason Elam may come down to him tying the game. Ed McCaffrey back into the lineup for the Broncos. Greasy throws far side. Shannon Sharp out to the 45. Pick up about 3 on the play. Derek Brooks was there. You know, we saw Derek Brooks on film. We watched him in practice, and you said it. This guy is as fast as anybody on the field.
He gets out of position so many times and is able to correct where he's gotten out of position, and not only just make the play, make it for no gain. Well, he's good.
Broncos just 1 out of 10 on 3rd down. They look at 3rd and 6. Greasy lost the football, picked it up, and now he's hit before he can reach the 45-yard line, and the Broncos will have to kick. Chidi Ahanatu with the big pressure.
And they got something special for these type of situations.
And now the Bucs want a timeout. Number 25, Brian Kelly, was waving desperately at the official before the snap of the ball. While we have a moment, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS has a...
Am I seeing things, or did Jerry Glanville grow?
Well, we're all growing, guys.
Well, no, but... Yeah, but he's too old to grow. Look at him here in this promo. And then watch this one, the one we're showing now. Woo! See, you know what it is?
Spinach?
No. Jerry Glanville always thought he was a big deal. I guess he really is now. I want to know the secret because I want to get a little taller. All right.
4th and 8. From the shotgun. Greasy throws this side complete. That's short of the first down. Shannon Sharp brought down by Derek Brooks. Boy, did Derek Brooks close in a hurry.
Greg, and this is why do you have such a good defense? 4th and 8. Don't play.
33 to play. Bucks with 140 yards on the ground to just 53 for Denver. Warwick done. Pick up about 2 on the play. And Denver stops the clock with 2:26 to play. That is their last timeout.
So Denver can get the ball back with about a minute remaining. The 2-minute warning will stop the clock.
Those of you who have been watching Carolina and Cincinnati, we welcome you to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein. The Panthers knocking off the Bengals 27-3. It has been a solid performance by Tony Dungy and his Tampa Bay Bucks, who lead at 13-10 with 2:26 to play here in the 4th quarter. The ground game has been awesome. Trent Dilfer
I tell you,
has not thrown often, but he's thrown well.
You know, the tension of the game, the way it's been played, so much pressure put on both teams' defense.
2nd and 7. The Broncos are out of timeouts. Alstott, big hole up the middle. First down yardage continues, and he lost the football. The Broncos fall on the ball deep in their own territory. Ray Crockett comes up with it.
That is some play by Ray Crockett knocking the ball out.
It's the play in Raymond James Stadium. The Buccaneers smelling victory, and their fans are smelling right along with them. Greasy in the unenviable position of having to come up with a big play in front of a noisy crowd.
Noisy crowd backed up against the end zone. 2nd and about 20. First-year quarterback, tough.
Over the middle, Shannon Sharp, and Sharp out to about the 11. Pickup of 6 on the play. And the clock continues to move. Denver is out of timeouts. This is a big play. 3rd and 13. Greasy steps up over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Rod Smith.
I tell you, Greg, this Tampa Bay defense just called upon so many times today to win the game, and every time they have answered the call.
Those of you who watched the Ravens beat the Browns 17-10, welcome to Tampa, everyone. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein. The Broncos looking at 4th and 13 from their own 12-yard line. They are out of timeouts. They need a first down to keep any hopes alive. Greasy on the rollout. Looks, throws. It is incomplete. It falls harmlessly to the ground, and the Bucks will take over.
Well, about the only thing you can do on 4th and 14. Brian Greasy had to buy himself a little extra time. We heard it. We saw the emotion from the Buccaneers. We saw it at the practice Friday. We heard it from the players and the coaches. And also, yesterday, we heard from the Denver Broncos some of their desperation.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 1:15. The American General post-game show comes your way. Once we wind down here, Jim Craig, Randy, and Jerry back at our NFL Today studio in New York with scores and highlights.
Well, I heard Jerry Glanville saying in the pregame show, talking about this Bucks defense. I couldn't quite understand everything he was saying, but I know one thing: he underestimated it. It's better in person when you really come down here and look at it. It is something special for the National Football League.
An 0-3 start by the Denver Broncos is the worst start ever by a Super Bowl champion in a non-strike year.
Glad you clarified that.
I believe the worst start by a Super Bowl champion was in 1987 when the New York Giants began 0-5.
Oh, you just had to throw that in there, didn't you?
It's just part of history. Folks can look it up if they want.
Really, just an old-fashioned game. Well, now we're going to put it on the graphic. Boy, my guys, I thank you, boys. Thank you. All the things I asked for during the game, I can't get them, but what a terrific football game. Physical. Tampa Bay won the physical battle. They deserve to win the game.
Trent Dilfer, Terrell Davis meeting at midfield. 5 seconds remaining. This game is all over, and what a terrific win for these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, our final score, Tampa Bay 13 and Denver 10. We invite you to stay tuned for the American General post-game show. All the guys in our studio back in New York with scores and highlights. So for Bill Sims and Bonnie Bernstein, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for being with us so long from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.